That's a yes.
I assume. Hello and welcome to Yorkshire Voice. On this Monday, the 23rd of March, I'm Honor Doyle.
And I'm Anne-Marie Lombard. Here's what's making the news today.
6 years on from the first day of COVID lockdown, we hear how some people are still suffering with the long-term effects.
We'll also find out that the independent film scene is alive and well in Hebden Bridge.
And we're highlighting World Poetry Day with a taste of Yorkshire.
I'm a Yorkshire lass, you didn't see that coming. I do the calling, you do the running. Look for these girls' tempers are bunning. Just say how it is, cause I don't do cunning. I'm a Yorkshire lass, you didn't see that coming.
And we'll have a roundup of all the weekend sport from the region.
But first, 6 years on from the pandemic, thousands of people across the region are still suffering with long COVID.
Bella Zade is one of them. At the height of her illness, she couldn't even get out of bed and she's still suffering from brain fog. She joins us now. Thanks so much, Bella, for joining us today. Tell us how it all started for you.
So I was 15. It was just, everyone was coming out of lockdown, the restrictions were being lifted, and I got COVID for the first time. I was ill with it for about 3 months and I was bedridden for most of that. I couldn't even stand up, like I had to shower with someone helping me and everything, and I could barely eat. It was really difficult.
And how has it affected your day-to-day life today?
So I'd say probably the biggest thing is the brain fog. It makes it really difficult for me to track conversations, and that's a good example. It's a good example and what I'm sort of saying. Another thing would be the physical aspect. I've got now a lot of joint problems, a lot of stiffness, a lot of pain in my joints, and I've also, like, my lungs have taken quite a decline, so it makes it quite difficult for me to keep up with my fitness and on the move and all of those sort of things.
It must have been quite isolating after already feeling isolated by the pandemic. Did you find ways, or do you still find ways to connect with people who are dealing with the same symptoms as you?
Yeah, I do. It was definitely difficult in the start, but because we're in quite a technical age now, it made it quite easy for me to keep in touch with all my friends whilst I was ill and at home, and to find other people who were also suffering with the same sort of things that I was.
And have you found ways to deal with, have you found ways to improve the symptoms?
Yeah, I'm working on swimming. Swimming's probably the biggest thing. I'm just putting more and more in over time, and it's definitely helping with all of my symptoms.
Well, thank you for your time today, and we wish you all the best for the future. Well, now we're going to have a look at some news in brief, so we'll hand over to Olivia Davies.
Thank you, Anna. A teenager has been arrested after a man in his 60s was assaulted at Skipton bus station. He was left with a head injury. The incident happened on Friday night following a disturbance involving a group of youths. North Yorkshire Police are urging more witnesses to come forward with information that could help the investigation. The 15-year-old boy has since been released on bail. Petrol prices are continuing to rise across Yorkshire. Today has seen unleaded prices reach £1.51 and diesel prices at £1.78 in Horsforth. The The official RAC website predicts that they are likely to keep rising due to the ongoing conflict in Iran.
I use diesel. I drive a Ford. It does about 40 odd to the gallon. It's gone up about 25p in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I would say, which is not convenient. I travel from Boroughbridge to Leeds most days of the week, so I'm used to a lot of mileage. I train driving instructors for a living, so I have to use a car all the time. So yeah, it's inconvenient, to be honest.
Last Saturday, Yorkshire singer Jane McDonald had a signing for her new album. She was signing copies of her 11th album, Living the Dream, in HMV in her hometown of Wakefield, whilst fans waited outside. The excitement in the air was clear.
Oh, I've never met her, but you have, haven't you? I have. I've met her a few times when I was younger. I can't wait. Oh my God, this is a dream. A dream? It is. We're living the dream. We're living the dream, Jane. We're living the dream.
Everyone's excited. I think they're here. There you go, you see?
Quite a few years for me, but this one's more recent. I've introduced her to the budget.
Life-changing, like really glad.
Super excited.
She's the queen. She's an icon.
Yep, and obviously we're really local as well, so absolutely buzzing to meet her.
And that's the news wrap for today. Now back to Honor and Anne-Marie.
Thank you, Olivia. Now, Selby celebrated its culture and heritage over the weekend at its annual Residents' Festival.
Yes, both visitors and locals alike enjoyed shop discounts, guided tours and a range of activities across the area. Here's Olivia Davies with this report.
Over the weekend, Selby celebrated its heritage and culture in its annual Residents' Festival. The two-day event gave locals and visitors alike the opportunity to enjoy discounts in local businesses and to know more about the local area. Selby Abbey has partnered with the festival since its establishment in 2020, offering discounted tours of the building and its towers.
I think it helps to raise the profile of the town, and with being a residents' festival, it actually helps raise the profile with the local people, because quite often you don't know what's on your own doorstep, do you? But certainly it does bring people in who we might not normally come into the Abbey. I think it's very important. I mean, and the Abbey is the heart of the community.
Oh, it's absolutely magnificent. And I mean magnificent. It's something to be proud of. It's something that the younger ones need to learn and to remember.
We saw the gorgeous Abbey. Oh, they're very important because it's the history and the community. I think it's wonderful. Anything that brings people together can't be a bad thing.
Spanning across the district of Selby, the festival has been an important way to connect residents with what is already on their doorstep. Olivia Davis, Yorkshire Voice.
It was World Poetry Day over the weekend, a day described by UNESCO as aiming to supporting linguistic diversity through poetic expression.
Our very own Azalea Anisco is a proud Yorkshire woman and performance poet, proving the written word is anything but boring when performed in the right way. Here's her work.
I'm a Yorkshire lass, you didn't see that coming. I do the calling, you do the running. Enough of these girls' tempers are bunning. Just say how it is, cause I don't do cunning. I'm a Yorkshire lass, you didn't see that coming. I do the calling, you do the running. Enough of these...
Well, what a fantastic, catchy song. Thank you for being here today, Azalea.
Thank you for having me.
To start off with, what got you into poetry?
I started writing poetry when I was 12, 13, having some issues at school, got excluded, and that found that a way for me to get my emotions out, and that's where it all started.
Fantastic. Obviously, we live in a digital age, but I'm curious to know, from your perspective, why poetry is still so important.
I think poetry to me is still so important because it allows you to express yourself without any judgment. It allows you to be free. Anybody can do it, there's no age limit. And I think it's celebrated by many different cultures and many different people.
And to kind of end on, have you got anything lined up for the future or anything in the making?
I do have a few tricks up my sleeve. There's a few new bits coming, so I hope you keep out. Check on YouTube, check on TikTok, you'll see me there.
Absolutely. And you have, however, worked with some pretty famous poets in your time, haven't you?
I have Benjamin Zephaniah, Lim Sese and Layla Steinberg, which was Tupac's
So
mentor.
Sorry to interrupt you. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thanks a lot.
You've been a real inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you, Azalea. Now, it was a busy weekend for sport and Jordan Lunn has all the details.
Yes, a busy weekend of sporting action across our region, but far from positive for most of our teams. Leeds United were held to a 0-0 draw by Brentford at Elland Road in the Premier League. In the Championship, both Sheffield sides were in action, but both fell to defeats, with Wednesday losing 3-1 at Hull and United losing 2-1 to Wrexham. In League One, high-flying Bradford lost 2-1 to Burton and Huddersfield Town were beaten 3-1 by Plymouth, but it was a more positive story for Doncaster, who beat Barnsley. Harrogate also lost to Oldham in League Two. To Rugby League now, and Hull FC produced a shock 24-16 victory over rivals Leeds Rhinos yesterday. Hull raced into an early lead through tries from Jake Arthur and Liggy Sow before Leeds clawed their way into the lead at half-time. A try from Davy Litton in the second half secured victory for the Black and Whites. Rhinos head coach Brad Arthur said his side's discipline was pretty embarrassing in the second half and said it's not something he wants his team to be a part of. Elsewhere, Wakefield Trinity beat Lee Leopards 18-14 and Bradford beat Huddersfield 26-14, with the Giants sacking head coach Luke Robinson after the game. Current champions Hull KR were defeated by Catalan and Casford lost 72-6 to Warrington, the second heaviest defeat in their history. That's all the weekend sport. Back to you in the studio.
Now, Hebden Bridge Film Festival hosted its 7th annual festival over the weekend, backed by patron and I Swear actress Maxine Peake.
And on the back of a packed weekend of highly anticipated films, including Our Land and Broken English, the festival founders had some words of wisdom for struggling local authorities trying to keep creativity alive. Evan Witten reports.
I know you feel like nothing right now, but to her you're reborn.
Despite widespread council funding cuts around the country, including Yorkshire, since the pandemic, after another blockbuster weekend, Hebden Bridge Film Festival are encouraging other local authorities to keep trying to highlight grassroots talent.
People saying, I can't wait, I'm going to get my train early.
Festival founder Louise Wadley says it's community spirit, along with council funding, that keeps the festival and others like it around the country on its feet.
The festival really was inspired by myself and my partner going to other festivals and feeling like they were really exciting in terms of the films that they showed, but they didn't have much community spirit. And one of the things that Hebden is really famous for, and one of the things that we want to spread the word about, we have that kind of community spirit. So we feel very lucky that we're still supported in some way and that Calderdale has supported us. And we also feel very lucky that Hebden Royd have also committed to helping us run the festival in Hebden Bridge, despite the cuts, despite the pressures.
Over the last few years, people have definitely become more aware of the fact that Yorkshire is a massive hub for filmmaking, helped along by organisations like Screen Yorkshire. So it seems like local is definitely the way to go, a fact that Hebden Bridge Film Festival have taken the utmost advantage of.
Being the main venue in Hebden Bridge, what people saw after the pandemic was the love of the arts sector. It kind of went away for a few years. Now we're back in it. Why not nurture homegrown talent? And now with the festival, you've got an actual chance that you'll be on the big screen yourself. We rely on the smaller films. Anything that's kind of done well at the BAFTAs, the Rising Star stuff, foreign language movies, that's our bread and butter. 3 chocker days, so it's great, but we get to prove how good we are, and it brings people far and wide.
For the struggling community groups around Yorkshire trying to keep the arts alive, following a very successful festival showing some much anticipated films, Hebden Bridge's message is simple: keep community at the core.
It's been clear to us that there is this desire for people to come together and share cinema in a darkened space together. You can't replace that. And that's what's happening with Hebden Bridge Film Festival. Throughout time, it's always been art and cultural events that have brought people together. And we need things like that. We don't just live on bread alone. We need that kind of incredible sense of community when we come together, whether it's watching a play, whether it's watching a film. So I'd say to the councils, make sure that you keep hold of that, and community is what we need and what will take us through to the future.
Evan Witten, Yorkshire Voice.
Here's your latest weather update for Leeds. Today we're seeing a mix of cloud and brighter spells across the county, with temperatures reaching a high of 11 degrees Celsius. It will feel cooler due to the slight breeze, especially through this afternoon going into the evening.
Tonight, skies will remain mostly cloudy with temperatures dipping to a low of 1 degree with a few light showers lingering in places. Tomorrow, expect some rain. So make sure to pack a brolly. Honor, have you got your brolly?
I haven't got my brolly, but I've sure got my raincoat. Have you got your brolly in your handbag?
I have. I might go with some wellies too.
Why not? That's all we've got time for today. Thank you for joining us.
If you want to keep up with all the news, make sure to follow us on our social channels. Until next time, goodbye.